We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings, secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It has been a crazy fucking day. Well, I work third shift, so I went to sleep last night, just listening to, the White House speeches and whatever. Kind of caught a little bit here and there, but I'm like, man, I have to go to sleep because I was supposed to be off today, but I had to take a tobacco class for where I work. So I was like, okay. My boss was like, hey, can you come in tomorrow, take this class online? And I'm like, sure. So I did that, and I worked for like 2 hours afterwards, just kind of doing my section. That way the workload is not double tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's insane. I don't even know what to really say about today. I feel like I can't just ignore it and just do the episode without talking about it at all, because it's knuckin' futs. Well, someone got shot raiding Congress, and I should hope you all realize what I'm talking about without me saying it, but just in general, I don't even know where to start. Congress got raided today because of Trump supporter protesters outside, which, by the way, for the most part, compared to what Antifa and BLM have done all year, it really wasn't that bad, except for that one girl getting shot by Washington, D.C. police. She got shot in the neck. Turns out she was served 14 years in the Air Force, so patriot, shot in the neck, died. Can't recall her first name, but it was Abbott. So, R.I.P., that sucks, especially when you're an actual patriot and you're not fighting to bring communism to a republic, constitutional republic. I don't know, it's just fucking crazy. I went to bed this morning around probably 8 or 9 or 10, somewhere around there, and then woke up around 6 and just flipped on my phone, and I'm like, oh shit is popping off. Which I would like to say, it was real crazy because I wasn't even watching. The only person that I could find that was going live, there's 2 people going live on YouTube of the actual, what the mainstream media calls a siege. That's probably one of the most peaceful sieges I've ever seen. I think the worst that happened was a couple windows got broken out. Like 2 windows got busted out. That's it. And then I compare that to Antifa's destruction and BLM's destruction on our streets, and it's like, my ex-wife punched out a window. You don't see that on mainstream news. Just saying, like 2 windows got busted out. Oh wow. And then it's awesome when there's footage too, like when they actually got inside of Congress. They were just walking around knocking on doors asking to talk to people like normal human beings. Um, there was one guy that got into Nancy Pelosi's office, and instead of trashing it and destroying it like Antifa would, he just put his boots up on the desk and took a selfie. Probably one of the most chill fucking protests I've ever seen. And Beijing Biden gets on there like, I demand the president say something about this now. Well, why aren't you saying anything about Antifa? Aren't you the quote unquote president elect? Which is a position they just kind of invented out of thin air. I've never heard of someone just walking around saying they're president elect. I've thought about, honestly, I've debated with myself to change my profile to President elect Abe Williams. I might get more subs. I don't know. Might work out for me. I didn't honestly want to get into this today, but it's just been such a bizarre, weird ass day. I feel like it's almost like a dream. Like I've just woke up and I haven't been. It's not bad. Like I don't feel depressed. I don't feel angry. It feels like I'm in a fucking dream right now. But this is Conspiracy Corner Podcast, so we do get into conspiracies. This is not the main subject, by the way. This is just the opener. I had to get this off my chest just to do this episode. It's just kind of like everything's so crazy right now. There is evidence that photographic evidence that Antifa might have slightly infiltrated the Trump supporters. I seen it with my own 2 naked eyes. Believe me or don't believe me, I don't care. But I will play devil's advocate. There was somebody who was all dressed up as Trump, like a Trump supporter with a MAGA hat and all the jazz. You already know. The stupid uniform, no offense, it's not my style. I'm kind of a punk rocker. I voted for Trump, this year in this election because I'm tired of bullshit, but I'm not going to dress up like a Trump supporter. It's just not my style. I'm a punk rocker, dude. I like my long hair. I like my tight pants. I like my leather jackets. If I went to a rally, I'd be dressed like a punk rocker, and they'd probably kick me out because they'd think I was Antifa or something. But yeah, somebody took a picture, and actually they analyzed it and zoomed in on the dude's hand. The poor silly goose, the infiltrator, forgot to wear gloves. There's a hammer and sickle tattoo on his hand, and it's like, pretty sure you're not a Trump supporter. Like, literally, you have a communist hammer and sickle tattoo on your hand. So I thought I'd mention that. I thought that was odd. And I'll play devil's advocate because I do think we should play devil's advocate. I try to. People do change. Perhaps he was a communist in high school or college and reversed. I mean, I listen to Rogue Ways. I like her channel a lot. And she used to be a communist, like, literally revolutionary. A communist revolutionary. She used to be like an SJW communist revolutionary. And then she realized how fucking insane it is. And now she does a conspiracy podcast. And she's learned the error of her ways. So maybe perhaps the dude used to be a communist back in the day, learned the error of his ways, woke up, swallowed the red pill, and joined the good side, I guess. But that was a little conspiracy that I seen today. I did notice too, as soon as that poor girl got shot in the throat, that all the live streams kept jamming. Yeah, that's what there was only 2 live streams I could find, NPC show, so shout out to them. Shout out to Rogueways. And as weird as it sounds, Donut Operator on YouTube. I don't know if you guys ever checked out his channel, but he's like he used to be a cop and now he's a YouTuber who owns a skate shop. And he does all like cop related videos, and his channel, I love his channel. It's actually pretty dope. But that was the only ones I could find live streams on, and as soon as that girl got shot in the throat, they started jamming signals. So Sputnik, that's a Russian one. It went down. Live stream. So I don't know, it was bizarre. It was bizarre. Pence folded, exactly like I said on yesterday's episode. I put 2 episodes out yesterday, so you'll have to. It's literally the one that's labeled Isaac Cappy, Linwood. Yeah, you can find it. I put 2 episodes out yesterday, so I did a drive cast. I'm gonna start calling it a drive cast, a podcast while driving, a drive cast. And I did a normal sit-down podcast because I had 2 in me. Sometimes I put 2 episodes out in me. I love podcasting. This is my therapy, you know. But I don't know. They pissed off the right. I mean, Antifa has been going buck wild all fucking year. And the right, the Trump supporters, this is their first little spurt of anything, and it was very peaceful for the most part, except for a couple windows getting shattered. Because when they went in, they could have destroyed Congress, the building, while all the politicians were underground. Look that up. They got underground tunnels. While they were all hiding, they could have destroyed everything. You know, but they didn't. They just want the right thing to be done. But yeah, mainstream, of course, tried to jam the signals on live streams, on alternative fake news. They're using the same term we use against them, fake news. We're the actual real news. Sorry. But yeah, they try to villainize it all. And then Trump tweeted like 3 times. They suspended his account for 12 hours, and I read the tweets. They literally were just kind of like, hey, the enemy will use this against us. You all need to be peaceful and go home. That's literally what he said. And that was inciting violence, is what Twitter claimed. So they shut him down. Which, by the way, pretty sure that's illegal to shut down a platform that a politician is speaking on. Like, not the actual platform, but to shut them down. I think that's illegal. I'm not positive though. I'm not a lawyer. But it's honestly, I felt it felt like a creepy dream all day. I had like a creeped out vibe all day, and I felt a little bit of sadness to hear that poor girl got shot in the throat, dying for her country and Constitution, to be quite honest. And most people don't care. They're like, the COVID's not affecting me. This ain't affecting me. Dude, I don't buy into mainstream media. I don't, but I do keep up. There is craziness going on. Like, this is the last fight. This is it. And we are like, sadly, like the last free nation on this globe, or flat plane, whatever you believe. This is it, man. Like, get it through y'all's skull. This is it. But that's all I have to say on that subject, man. I'm sorry. I just had to get it off my chest, and I couldn't just ignore it and just be on here like, oh, welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast, and then just ignore it. I can't ignore it, you know. But we will move on to the main subject of today. So stay tuned. I'm going to take a little break for a second, which it won't be nothing for you guys. It's going to be right instantly back into the episode. But I'm going to take a little break, smoke a cigarette, get my stuff ready, and we're going to talk about some aliens. This is, it's not old news, but it's not brand new news. It was last month this happened, and it kind of slipped under the radar for me. But I found it interesting, and honestly, it adds up with a lot of alien stuff that I've been hearing about over the years, keeping up with the alien conspiracies and stuff that's been going on. But last month, 2020, this is something that broke news, and I kind of missed it, so I'm going to report on it now. And hey, if you missed it, even better. So this is the first time you guys hearing about it. But I'll be right back. All right. I'm back. Yeah, so I checked my account because I usually like to check my YouTube account each day. YouTube has only let me get up to 186. That's my record. Because for truth channels that get in trouble like mine, who have like, I've got like one strike, one warning, one strike. I don't think I'm at 2 strikes yet. I will not be surprised if I receive a strike soon. But yeah, for channels like mine, they like to unsubscribe people. So I'm trying to beat 186, and where I am a smaller channel, I do keep up with it. I lost 2 subs today. I guess I got too political on the past couple episodes, but it's kind of hard to not do that when craziness is going on. But today we are talking about... But yeah, what I was... Sorry. What I was saying, I was just getting my phone ready because I got this on my phone, my notes and shit. Yeah, they unsubscribe people to multiple people's channels, so I don't know. I don't know if it's that or... Seems like I'm doing good, though. My stats are good, so I don't understand why I'm losing subs, but why I can't get past 186. I've been stuck at 186 for like months now, and I'm not complaining or bitching to you guys. I'm just hoping that YouTube hears this, so it's like they know that I'm on to their little game, you know? Sometimes when I bitch, I notice shit changes on YouTube. It's real weird. Like, oh, they stopped fucking with me for a little bit. For a little bit. Not forever, but for a little bit. But today we are talking about the Galactic Federation. And this is something that's been going around within the alien community, the ufology community, for years now. Basically, in layman's terms, the Galactic Federation is like multiple different races of aliens. I'm not sure if reptilians a part of it. Yeah, go ahead and put your tinfoil hat on. We're going to get weird tonight or morning. But yeah, it's like basically a federation, you know, of all these different planets and galaxies and star systems who are different races of aliens who have created a federation of like peaceful federation with rules and yeah, it's been talked about for years, but we finally have someone who seems I think credible because I do play devil's advocate, but I am skeptical at the same time, and you'll see. But I'm just going to tell his little story and see what you guys think. This is weird news. Former Israeli space security chief says extraterrestrials exist, and Trump knows about it. A galactic federation has been waiting for humans to reach where we will understand what space and spaceships are, Haim Eshed said. And this article was written December 8th, 2020. Like I said, it's kind of old news, but it flew under my radar. I didn't find out until like the end of last month. So this is an article by Adela Solomon and Paul Goldman. A former Israeli space security chief has sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with extraterrestrials from a quote-unquote Galactic Federation. The unidentified flying objects have asked not to publish that they are here. Humanity is not yet ready. Haim Eshed, former head of Israel's Defense Ministry Space Directorate, told Israel's Yediot Aharonot newspaper the interview in Hebrew ran on Friday and gained traction after parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. A respected professor and retired general, Eshed, said aliens are equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. Eshed said cooperation agreements had been signed between species, including an underground base in the depths of Mars, where there are American astronauts and alien representatives. Now that's where I get fishy because I don't trust NASA. I honestly, though, playing devil's advocate, I know nothing about Israel's space astronauts, I guess. I don't trust our NASA as far as I could throw them. That goes back to Project Paperclip, goes back to, I don't know, them lying about everything because it's a money scheme and they get trillions of dollars per year. But I don't know. It's odd, and I'll tell you why I kind of think this guy is not lying. Or there's no reason to lie. There is agreement between the U.S. government and the aliens. They signed a contract with us to do experiments here, he said. Now that gets tied into the missing 411 stuff. That's one of the theories, is that there's a story, and there was actual photos and everything of UFO landing on Eisenhower's front lawn at the White House back in the day. And it was reported in newspapers and everything with photographic evidence, before, well, not before, because Photoshop actually started during World War II with Nazi Germany. A lot of people don't know that, but it did. Just look up 6 Million Lies. That documentary is insane. That'll probably get this channel canceled now, but 'tis what 'tis. But the story goes is that aliens landed on the White House front lawn and that Eisenhower met with them and they're like, hey, we're part of the Galactic Federation. This is what it is. And they made a deal with basically, can we abduct your citizens to do experiments on, DNA experiments on. And by the way, I've went through this rant before on episodes in the past. Not all abductions are bad. I know everyone has this I don't know what to say, I'm forgetting the word, but like that they think that every alien is bad. I think it's kind of like humans. Not every human being is bad. I've met some of the most amazing human beings, and I've met some of the most garbage pieces of trash that I wouldn't even consider a human being. There's different races, there's different types of aliens, like just because one gray sucks doesn't mean the next one's going to be, evil too. But they made a deal, essentially, the theory goes that they're allowed to use national state parks in the U.S. as abduction hotspots to do experiments. And that's why there is so many missing people going missing in national parks, which I'm going to do an episode on missing 411 in general, so I don't want to spoil too much. I don't want to dive too deep down and spoil it and ruin it. But that's the deal. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Eshed added that President Donald Trump was aware of the extraterrestrials' existence and had been on the verge of revealing information but was asked not to in order to prevent mass hysteria. They have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are, Eshed said, referring to the Galactic Federation. The White House and Israeli officials did not immediately respond to NBC News' request for comment. Sue Go, a spokesperson for the Pentagon, declined to comment. Spokesperson for NASA said one of the agency's key goals was to search for life in the universe, but that it had yet to find signs of extraterrestrial life. NASA. Although we have yet to find signs of extraterrestrial lives, NASA is exploring the solar system and beyond to help us. I'm skipping over that part. I do not trust NASA. I don't know much about the Israeli space program, so I can't really speak ill of it. I haven't delved down that rabbit hole yet. If you have, hit me up in the comments because I'm always willing to swallow a red pill. Eshed's ideas are spelled out in more detail in The Universe Beyond the Horizon, Conversations with Professor Haim Eshed by Hagar Yanai, publisher in November. Now this is where it gets weird. A lot of people are saying, oh, he's just writing a book to get famous and rich. Okay. Counter argument, devil's advocate. Why would you write a book? By the way, I've done some back research on this person. He's 87 years old. Why would you write a book at 87 to get rich? Wouldn't you have done that years ago? I mean, you're on your deathbed, essentially. You're not... The average person doesn't make it up to 90 years old. You're 87. What are you going to do? Have 1 or 2 good years and have fun? It doesn't make sense that he would write a book to get rich. And why do I not believe that he's doing it for money? Here we go. He's writing it in only Hebrew. So it's not going worldwide. So unless you know Hebrew, you're not going to be able to read it. You can order it. You can look at it. You can put it on your shelf, but unless you can speak Hebrew and read Hebrew, you're not going to be able to read it. So I don't think it's a get-rich scheme. I think it's kind of like a Bob Lazar type thing of it's not for the money, it's for getting the info out. Just my opinion. Playing devil's advocate, being a realist, I think Eshed, who oversaw the launch of numerous Israeli satellites into space. Now, I do believe that they have satellites up there. I believe that we've made it to lower Earth orbit. I don't think we went past the Van Allen radiation belt. And neither does Buzz Aldrin. He's admitted that we never went to the moon. Look that shit up. Eshed, who oversaw the launch of numerous Israeli satellites into space, said he was only speaking out now because attitudes were changing and people seemed more receptive, which I agree. If I had come up with that, I'm saying today, 5 years ago, I would have been hospitalized, he told Yediot, which is the Israeli newspaper. Today they're already talking differently. I have nothing to lose. I've received my degrees and awards. I am respected in universities abroad. Yeah, he's an ex-professor, by the way, too. In May, Trump said, space is going to be the future, both in terms of defense and offense. We are now the leader on space. And he was presented with the official flag of a newly created military branch, Space Force. See, I haven't delved too much into Space Force because I focus more. Look, I was a huge ufologist. I still am, but I was a huge ufologist back when Pizzagate first broke open. I actually heard about Pizzagate through ufology channels because in those leaked emails there was a lot of alien talk. I got distracted by the child pedophilia stuff. And I don't call it a distraction. I think that was a God, if there is a God, tapping me on the shoulder and say, hey, little boy, little man, stop worrying about the aliens. Look at the other emails. Fuck the aliens. We need to look at the darker, deeper stuff. Because you need to know what's going on there, because that stuff matters more than aliens. I haven't given up on aliens. I still love aliens, but I have scolded multiple other channels, and I have no problem shouting it out now because third phase of the moon has kind of been debunked. I've researched into them, and they fake shit. Just look up third phase of the moon hoax or fake, and you can find multiple people who have literally tore them to shreds. I'm not trying to start a YouTube war or nothing. Tyler from Secure Team, I've already tried to be nice and say what I was saying, try to get him help and shit. Try to be positive about what was going on as someone who has struggled with addiction and stuff, and everyone just shat on me. And now I don't really hear anything about that video, just crickets. I did have a lot of supporters who were friends of Bill who were like, hey, yeah, this guy needs help, but besides that, the immature ones, the sheeple, the fans, you know, shat on me, but that's cool. But yeah, I did shit on their channels because they focused on the Hillary emails that were leaked and Anthony Weiner's laptop and Frazzle Drip and the deep dark stuff. They focused on only the alien emails, and they're like, well, we won't talk about the other stuff. And it's like, dude, put down your alien shit. There's deeper, darker shit like Pizzagate and child pedophilia and child trafficking going on, and you're so focused on aliens, dude. Put that shit down for a second. I know it's fun, but there's more important things that need to be talked about. But I forget what I was talking about. I'm sorry about that rant. I'm ranting today, man. It's January 6th. It's a crazy day. But, Space Force. I hope that Space Force is legit. That's once again a rabbit hole that I haven't been down yet. I hope it's real. SpaceX has already been debunked. They never sent that car out to space, which I already knew they didn't. They actually have people who have filmed that it was just sitting in front of a green screen. NASA has been debunked a billion fucking times. Check out my older videos if you really want to go down that rabbit hole. And I know I'll have someone say, you're a flat earther. No, I didn't say it was flat. I just know that people lie. So I hope, which I doubt, I voted for Trump, but I doubt that Space Force is fucking real. A lot of people are saying, though, it might be the secret space program that's coming out in the open, which, hey, I can get down with that. I can get down with they had to fake the moon landing footage to basically say, hey, we found some UFOs, some secret bases, so we had to fake the footage because we couldn't, you know. I've went down that rabbit hole, too, of people coming out and saying we had to scrub NASA photographs because there was UFO in the photograph, and that's a whole nother rabbit hole, you know. I'm up for it. I like conspiracies and crazy stories. Its focus, along with the Space Command, is on space as a military domain for the U.S., preserving satellites and communications and focus on geopolitics in new terrain. Eshed's comments immediately spawned jokes and theories online. At least half a dozen accounts have been created on Twitter claiming to be representatives to Earth from the Galactic Federation. Other users have asked for preferential treatment and meetings with otherworldly group. Nick Pope, who used to investigate UFOs for the British Ministry of Defense, described Eshed's remarks as extraordinary. Either this is some sort of practical joke or publicity stunt to help sell his book, which I don't believe. I told you why. Perhaps with something having been lost in translation, or someone in the know is breaking ranks, he said. I believe that more likely. What would an 87-year-old have to gain from this? Pope said the UFO and conspiracy theory community was excited, but that questions remain, including whether or not Eshed was speaking from direct personal knowledge and experience, or whether he was repeating something he has been told. There are still some missing pieces of the puzzle here, he said. And that's all she wrote. That's all I could find. That's all I could dig up. Everything else is in like Hebrew and stuff, so yeah, that's all we can really find as far as his book and articles on it as far as English. So it is kind of a rare little dig. That's probably why it fell under the radar, because there's really not that much out there in English. It's all Hebrew, which is why I don't believe that he's doing it for money or fame. Like I said, he's an 87-year-old man. The dude will probably die next year or the year after. Why would he come up with all this that's honestly been talked about within the ufology community for years and years and years, at least since the 80s? They've been talking about the Galactic Federation. I do have hope in Space Force. I hope it's legit. I hope it's real. I'm a skeptic, though, and I think it's going to turn out a fake just like NASA and SpaceX. Does that make me a flat earther? No. I don't think we're a flat earther. I think we're stationary. This is where I'm going to lose more people. Here we go. Fuck it. Watch it burn. I think the globe is stationary, but I think the globe is probably like 10 times bigger than we think it is, and it's shaped like a lumpy ball that's chewed up like a piece of bubble gum. And that there's hidden lands past Antarctica, kind of like Mr. Bird said on his little adventure to Antarctica. But I know it's a crazy episode, but this is kind of like the old school style of me for the long time fans. I feel like this is me back in the day, but with a microphone doing a podcast now, and the videos are a little longer, and just saying what I know and how I feel and what's going on. And I hope you all have a good day.
We are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret society, opposed to secret oaths, opposed to secret proceedings, secret proceedings. No official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know.